warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we'll be continuing on with chapter 2, which is inequalities. So just now I just discussed about the quadratic inequality. So right now let's look at infraction. So for example, sorry, absolute values. So for example, we have 2x plus 1 over x minus 3 is bigger than 2. So there is one rule whenever we deal with modulus is this. Whenever we square the modulus, wait, square, we will get this x squared. This is because the modulus, the original form of modulus or absolute value is square root of x squared. Therefore, when we square this expression, the squared should be simplified, therefore we'll get x squared. So that's how we got it. I hope that explains on why I square the modulus and it leaves me with a simple one. So now we squared the modulus and therefore we can get 2x plus 1 divided by x minus 3 square is bigger than 2 square. Remember I squared both sides, right? So there's another rule which is a over b square. We can just simply separate this expression to become a square over b square. Okay, that's how we dealt with this kind of situations. So right now we can expand it. Okay, if you want to expand the numerator and denominator, then you may. So you get 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 divided by x squared minus 6x plus 9, and that is bigger than 4. Now usually whenever we face this kind of problems, I like to do this kind of working. I take away 4 both sides. Then I should get 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 divided by x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus 4 is bigger than 0. Now, I don't want to bring my denominator to the right hand side because that's not how we deal with fractions. So how we did it, let me show you. So, first things first, combine these two to become a singular fraction. So it should become 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 minus 4x squared minus 6x plus 9 divided by divide by x squared minus 6x plus 9. So right now we can do one thing which is we could expand the brackets. Therefore we can get 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 minus 4x squared plus 24x minus 36 divided by x squared minus 6x plus 9. Forgot to put in inequality, I'm sorry. It's bigger than 0. So right now we can simplify the numerator, which is 4x squared minus 4x squared, which should be 0. Then 28x minus 35 is less than x squared minus 6x plus 9 is bigger than 0. So right now, can we solve it? Yes, we can, by creating a number line. Right, I don't have a ruler. By the way, first things first, we have to find each x value if equal to 0. So 28 minus 28x minus 35 is equal to 0. Now you have x squared minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. So by this, you can find. Wait, let me do it properly. It should be 28. Sorry, 28x minus 35 is equal to 0, and x squared minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. Now, we can find each factors for x. So the first one should be x is equal to 35 over 28, and we can factorize the quadratic equation. So we should get 1, negative 6, 9. So it should be x minus 3, and yeah, x minus 3. So when you plot it on the number line, you just put just a value x is 3, okay? So you don't need to repeat the values. But for, okay, let me show you. So this line, so we will be putting the values, which is 3 and 35 over 28. Let me zoom out a bit. So, so right now we can put our factors on the left side. So it becomes 28 x minus 35 and x minus 3, x minus 3. So by knowing the values between the numbers, let me see whether or not I'm right. Okay, so this should be 0, this should be 2, it should be 4, okay? So it depends on what what kind of value you want, okay? I'll pick the simplest numbers, which is the whole numbers. So um, so the first column should be negative, because 28 times 0 is 0, 0 minus 35 should be a negative sign, then 2 plot with 28 times 2 minus 35 should be a positive value, and same goes to 4. And how about negative 3? So this will be negative 3, the first column, and then 2 minus 3 should be another negative column, a negative value, then 4 minus 3 should be a positive value. The same goes to the final one. So right now, you can find by multiplying each value. So negative times negative should be a positive, then positive times negative should be a negative value, positive times negative value should be a negative value, then negative value times negative value should be a positive value, and this should be a positive value. Okay, I was waiting for a second there. So let me bring down my original equation. This one here, right here. Let me. How do I? Okay. Oh, I can't paste it. Oh no, I can't paste the value. Okay, that's okay. So let me just write down. So the original value should be 2x plus 1 divided by x minus 3, and it's bigger than 2. So right now, remember, for bigger than 0, we only can take positive values. So this area and this also will be the inequality that you should find. The problem is, there are some inequalities that we can't use this equal sign, which is from the question. For example, 3, right? If x is 3, okay, let's say, why can't we use x is bigger than 3? Right, let me write down the final answer first. So it should be 35 over 28 is less than equal to is less than equal to x. X should be less than 3, or x should be bigger than 3, larger than 3. So right now, why is 3 will not use this same equal to inequality, but for 35 over 28 I can use it? One of the main arguments for this is that when you substitute the values, that's the reason. this. Okay, for example, um, remember, whenever we do an equal sign inequality, for example, x is bigger than 3, this means the set of numbers is 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So let's use the example, which is this. X is bigger than 3. So why can't we use x is bigger than equal to 3? So let's write down the sets of numbers, which is the first one should be 4, 5, 6, and so on. X for the second inequality, which is x is bigger than equal to 3. So it should be 3, 4, 5, and so on. So right now, if we substitute the values into the inequality, so let's use this first set of numbers. So let me take the smallest value, which is 4. So 2 times 4 plus 1 divided by 2 minus 3 is equal to 2, is bigger than equal to 2. So 2 times 4 should be 8 plus 1 should be 9. 9 divided by negative 1. So we know this is the absolute value, so any number in the absolute value should be a positive value, so it should be 9 is bigger than 2, equal to 2. So this is true. But how about 3? So 2 times 3 plus 1 divided by 3 minus 3 is bigger than 2. So you get 7 divided by 0, which is bigger than 2. So why 7 divided by 0? Remember, 7 divided by 0 is undefined. We can't create a real number to it. And it doesn't resemble anything. It's just undefined. Some people told me that 7 divided by 0 should be at infinity. Alright then. But still, it is undefined because you can't divide something which there's nothing there. So that's how I prove that the reason why you can't use the equal to bigger than equal to for this situation only. There are some situations where you can use, but we have to determine. Let me get rid of this. Wait, why am I witnessing this? Wait, let me get rid of this. Okay. Therefore, the set of notation for this answer should be x is bigger than 3. So how about interval notation? Now for interval notation, we should get 35 over, by the way, you can simplify it, there's no problem. 35 over 28 and 3 union 2 bracket 3 to positive infinity. So this is our answer.